Do you want to know the number one skill to make anxious children feel secure? I'm Nicholeen Peck, and I teach all over the world about parenting, good communication, how to build strong family bonds, child development, and education, all through the lens of the principle self-government. And in this video, we're talking about children feeling safe. So in this video, we're going to talk about that number one skill that helps an anxious child feel secure. And then we're going to talk about how to apply that skill in daily life in different circumstances. The number one skill to help an anxious child feel secure, no matter what's going on, is the calmness skill. So learning how to be calm, which means that you have to recognize when you're not being calm. This takes a little bit of evaluation ahead of time. Wise parents teach their children what calmness is and what it isn't. Now there's 3 different gauges for calm that we should analyze with our children. So what does a calm voice sound like? Is this a calm voice? No. Is this a calm voice? No. Is this a calm voice? Yes. So we talk about what the calm voices are and what they're not. We might role play the differences between what a calm voice is and what a calm voice is not. Then we might need to talk about what is a calm body. When our face is getting angry, that's not a calm face. When we're clenching our fists, that's not a calm body. So we need to know calm face, calm voice, calm body. And part of calm body is also what's going on inside our mind. What's happening in there? Are we stuck on something? Are we worried about something? If we are, then we're not being calm. If we're thinking mean words or mean thoughts about somebody else, if we're feeling misunderstood or angry, that is not a calm body. So, learning calm face, calm voice, calm body is the basic number one thing that a person can do to start on that track toward feeling like everything is okay. If they recognize that they actually have the power to choose calmness in any given minute, to recognize when they need it and how to choose it, that's huge. It's enormous for them. Now, when children are little in the Teaching Self-Government program, we use something called a calm down spot. This is a trigger spot to help them learn to take deep breaths and choose calmness. We start with this when they're tiny. As soon as they can walk, they can go to a calm down spot. And we teach them even sooner than when they can walk or talk what calmness is and how to take a deep breath. And I know that sounds like a big ask, like what? A baby who can't even talk yet, you can teach them what calmness is? Yes. When they're not calm, you can say, oh, we need to be calm, or you're not calm. Let's take a deep breath. And you can blow on their hand and teach them how to take a deep breath. I've watched my daughter do this with my grandchildren, and it's so powerful to see how they truly can be calm and learn calmness, and the parent confidently believes that they are able to do it. And even before they speak, they can learn that when mom or dad says, take a deep breath, that the baby can learn to do that. And when you do take a deep breath, if that's part of your calmness strategy and your calm plan, the deep breathing actually tells your brain that it's okay, and it allows you to relax and feel safe and secure again. So just taking a deep breath when a person is feeling anxious or worried can make all the difference. And it's even better if you take 3 deep breaths or 5 deep breaths. So when young children go to a calm down spot, and when I say young children, I'm talking like ages 5 and under. Okay, when they go to a calm down spot, this is a trigger spot for them to remember to do their deep breathing, get calm, so that they can then use their 4 basic skills of self-government. Now, I'm not going to spend time talking about the 4 basic skills of self-government in this video, because there are other videos about the skills and principles of self-government. And I have training courses and books and all kinds of ways that you can learn many of the skills and principles of self-government so that you can implement those in your home. But what I am going to mention is that when children do know those skills, they know that they can say okay and be okay. They know what a calm face, voice, and body is like. and they know when they are showing a calm face, voice, and body. And if they're not, they also know they're not at calmness yet, which means they can't solve their problem yet. When a person has calmness, that means they have singleness of purpose. They focus first on calmness, then second on solving whatever problem it is. So often when people are struggling with their calmness, they're so worried about their problem and solving their problem that they don't think about the fact that they're not calm and they're not in the right front part of the brain to do the problem solving, and so they can't get the problem solved anyway. And this doesn't matter what age a person is. This can happen to anyone. What happens when a person is older than age 5? How do we help them be calm? Well, there is a dialogue that I use called the Rule of 3, and I modify it slightly as they're beginning the Rule of 3 journey. So maybe for the first year or two, we do what we call a modified Rule of 3, and I talk about that in my TSG parenting course. And then I move into a regular Rule of 3. When they do that Rule of 3, it reminds them that they can choose to go to front brain. When a person is not being calm, they feel stuck. They don't know they have any choices. And sometimes we have to just instruct them. We tell them, say okay. Okay? Say okay. And then before you know it, they're taking a breath because you're taking a breath and they're saying okay. They can model what you're doing, and then you can talk about what type of a choice that they made so that they can make that choice again in the future. When a person knows that they can get themselves calm and it's not up to anybody else to do it, then they don't have to feel as anxious or worried in their lives. So often children will come to mommy and daddy and say, "Mommy, hug me, hold me, kiss me, help me feel better." Because they think that it's the other person's job to make them feel better. Because when they were little, mommy could nurse them or cuddle them, and that would make them feel secure. It's still okay to give hugs and cuddles a little bit, but you want to be careful not to overdo that. Because if a person learns that they need somebody else to feel okay, then they're disempowered and they'll constantly struggle. So the best thing you can do is teach them how to say okay. Teach them to analyze their own calmness and to choose it. And if they don't choose it, then we might need to go into some of our intensive teaching interactions, which relate to those Rule of 3 skills that I mentioned. When you're at home implementing calmness and the skill of calmness and what that looks like for a person, the best thing that you can do is take some time when they are perfectly calm and identify that this is what calmness looks like and feels like. And then help them identify what it looks like and feels like when they're not calm. You might even want to look at some picture books or watch a movie about somebody who's not being calm at a certain point and analyze what they're doing. On my teachingselfgovernment.com website, there's actually a whole video called Practical Parenting for Self-Government that you could use to just look at what is calm, what isn't calm, and how to use and learn the principles of self-government in your family. Analyzing what's going on is going to be key, and then teaching them that they can stop and tell themselves, I can be calm, I can say okay, is going to be another thing. And being patient as they learn how to take those deep breaths and get themselves to a place of calmness, because sometimes it takes a while to learn that you really can do it. But once your child has been through the process of getting calm, they know that it worked, then they will put it to the test again and again. And soon it becomes a habit. Soon they're secure just any time that you're using the skills and principles of self-government. And you don't have to play the manipulation, emotional game with them that they're trying to play because they don't know the skills. One thing that you want to do, especially for those little ones, but honestly even for teens, is praise the little things. Any victories, any wins, because when your child is taking one step, they take one deep breath, tell them, okay, that's good. You're doing good. Let's take another 2 breaths and see if our brain will tell itself that it feels okay. Let them know that you take the deep breaths because when you take deep breaths, it helps your brain know it's okay. That's why you're doing that. And then encourage them along the way. But don't get stuck in being yanked back and forth between I'm trying calmness, I'm not. I'm trying, I'm not. I'm trying, I'm not. Some of them will lead you along a little bit just to power struggle you and take your time. That's not going to be the majority, but if that's your child, you know who you are. To learn how to use these tools together as a full system, watch my next video where I take you through the full parenting system for how to parent anxious children. I'll see you there.